Sports app. Guess what? Enter in the No Bull Zone, sponsored by Credible. You get great rates. You don't have to deal with any of the bull.
That Jordan Love segment should have been No Bull Zone.
Oh, it should have been. New 2024
Nice.
NBA mock draft.
This is crazy, man.
And Jonathan Gavoni has Bronny James at 10. Going to the Frisky Magic. It's just a projection, but if it's an opportunity for me to shout out the Magic, I'm going to do it. Here's what Gavoni wrote. As most of his peers have flatlined the past 12 to 18 months, James has grown, filled out his frame, found another gear with his explosiveness, and become an absolute terror off the ball defensively thanks to his outstanding intensity and feel for the game. That's pretty good. Now that he's a projected lottery pick, Brew, do you expect teams to make moves to get Bronny with the idea that LeBron would also join the team?
Well, let me first say this about that report. Like, I would love to see Bronny be a lottery pick. I watching him, I love his feel for the game. I think he's got his dad's court vision and sense and intelligence and all that. But to say he's going to be a lottery pick because he's defensively a terror as a 6'2 guard, I don't get that. All right, nobody's drafting a lottery pick who's 6'2 because he's great defensively in high school. Okay, but let me, I had to say that. But, Nick, I don't think a team would draft Bronny in lottery. Let's say we're assuming he's not that level of player, right? That you just draft him, even though he might be a second round or late first round talent, you just draft him in the lottery to get LeBron 2 years from now when LeBron's about to turn 40?
He's a legit lottery pick now.
That's fine, but I'm just saying, the question was, would you draft Bronny in the lottery to get LeBron?
So here's my question.
No.
Oh, okay, so let me ask you this. Because LeBron's got 1 year left on his Lakers deal. We obviously don't know what he's going to look like a year from now, but let's just say this summer that LeBron says for the first time in his career, I want to be traded. I don't want to be here. What number draft pick would you trade away to get LeBron James? Not his son, to get LeBron. So would you right now...
I wouldn't trade a lottery pick for him.
Really?
No.
So if
First of all, most teams in the lottery are bad.
Right, but...
Why would a bad team want LeBron?
Let's take the Pelicans. The Pelicans, we don't think it's a bad team, but they might end up in the lottery because of the Zion thing. And let's say they have the 10th pick of the draft. Would you...
Who's the GM of the Pelicans?
David Griffin.
What did he say about LeBron?
He said
he was miserable.
Yes, but then he clarified that a dozen times. And
because he got called on the carpet for
it. That it was because of the expectations every single year. So hold on.
Those wouldn't be there if LeBron went to...
There would.
Okay.
What value do you think LeBron James right now has in the trade draft pick-wise?
Not a lottery pick.
Really?
No.
So Kevin...
He's playing awesome for a 38-year-old. Yeah. And they're the 13th seed. No. And he's got Anthony Davis.
No, but we just saw the trade deadline. We saw what guys we have seen.
Old LeBron James could lead that Lakers team you ripped to shreds 3 weeks ago.
Course.
LeBron would lead them to a top seed.
That's why he's the best player ever. Because I get that. But that's not the point.
He's not close to that now.
I
don't care what the numbers say.
But hold on. We saw DeJounte Murray go for 3 firsts and 2 swaps.
Yeah, and how's that working out?
Okay, great. We just saw Kevin Durant go for 4 firsts. So you're telling me LeBron James is not worth the 13th pick of the draft? One for one?
Not at 38, 39 years old. Why?
Okay. Because
And do I have a better teammate for him than Anthony Davis?
You might have a better overall supporting cast, of course. It's clearly not just about one teammate.
And LeBron, look, it's a little different now because he's not as ball dominant. But historically, LeBron has been hard to fit in. You don't drop him in like Kevin Durant. Your whole team shifts when you bring in LeBron James. The way you play, guys' roles, all that changes. Now, maybe it would be different, because 2 years from now, because he is being more of a scorer and not ball dominant. But it's not just as simple as we'll add LeBron and next thing you know, we win in the championship, especially now.
I'm going to take a different angle on this. The teams that are listed here, and again, it's just a projection, they're not good teams.
Correct.
Spurs, Hornets, Pistons, Rockets.
It's the 10 worst teams.
The Jazz are sneaky, okay. Wizards. If one of these teams says, you know what, we want Bronny, and he's top 10, so they don't need to necessarily reach. The question's a little bit funky, but the Pistons.
So that's an interesting point here.
All of a sudden, LeBron's like, I'm with the Pistons. Is that because I want to play with my son, which I think is very admirable. But isn't that weird?
Is that a deterrent?
It's just odd to see LeBron playing for the Pistons.
So I think when LeBron initially said whoever drafts Bronny gets me. I think he said it in part just to make sure Bronny got drafted. I think it wasn't, we've talked about it, that it was, and you guys can say this is bad business, whatever. I saw the Knicks sign J.R. Smith's brother to make J.R. happy. Seth Curry, who was turned into an awesome NBA player, got a bunch of extra chances because of Steph. A tenth of the league is Antetokounmpo brothers. Because of teams wanting to keep Giannis happy or keep him on the radar. So I think when LeBron initially said it, it was make sure if Bronny is potentially not a draft, it would be an undrafted guy, that he would get drafted and LeBron could kind of steer it. If Jonathan Givony is very good at his job
right,
and has a good track record on this stuff, if he's right that Bronny on his own merits is going to be a lottery pick, it could put LeBron in an odd spot where it's like, wait, it's not my kid gets drafted late first because a team wants me as well. It's that
and he might back off and just say it's good enough to be in the league with Bronny.
Correct.
Not on the same team.
If the kid is a lottery pick on his own merit, he might not want to overshadow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this guy's going to be a starter on his own.
Right.
And so that
should be the case anyway, in my view.
Yeah, you have different.
Because when you go there, you're gonna. If he's not that good, teammates are going to be like, he's only on the team because
I know. Brew is much more old school. I don't know if you've heard the What's Right with the Right podcast, but I do that with my son. And you know what I mean? I'm not sure he got hired
that's
exactly
a little different. You don't have other
pushing him.
coworkers saying, he's on.
Oh, you don't hear what Wild
says.
says.
Because of dad.
Oh, Wild's taking shots.
Shout out to Bronny. He's been dealing.
That's good that he's moved up.
He's moved up, and he's handled this with as much grace as you possibly can, and has really worked on his game. I think it's great. When I read this article, I was very happy
I like
for
his
him.
game.
Bronny, Bryce, and Bron Sr. playing for the Vegas team that LeBron owns.
Bryce is really good.
Bryce is good, yeah.
Coming up next, who has the most to prove after all?
Oh, this is a homework assignment. Kevin Wiles assigned to me, like my ninth grade chemistry teacher.